Namaskar, welcome to Express News. My name is Mark Lynn. Let's begin with the national news. Referring to the US Commerce Secretary's remarks during India's External Affairs Ministry weekly presser, the spokesperson Randeep Jaiswal said that since February last year, India and the US have held multiple rounds of negotiations and have been close to a deal. The spokesperson also highlighted that characterization of these discussions in the reported remarks is not accurate. MEA spokesperson also said that India has never recognized the so-called China-Pakistan Boundary Agreement of 1963. He asserted that Shaksgam Valley is Indian territory and that it has been clearly conveyed to Pakistan and Chinese authorities several times. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar met the French President Emmanuel Macron during his visit to France. The minister conveyed the warm wishes of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and deeply appreciated Macron's perspectives on contemporary global developments and positive sentiments for the strategic partnership. India celebrates Pravasi Bharatiya Divas today. It is not only linked to Mahatma Gandhi's return to India, but also honors the contribution of the Indian diaspora to the nation's development. Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended his greetings on Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. He said that the Indian diaspora remains a powerful bridge between India and the world. Home Minister Amit Shah virtually inaugurated the National IED Data Management System on Friday at the NSG Garrison in Gurugram's Manesar. The system aims to aid post-blast investigations, enhance analytics, and foster coordination among state police, the Central Armed Police Forces, and central agencies. Speaking at the event, the Home Minister highlighted its role in strengthening India's counter-IED capabilities and internal security amid evolving threats from terrorism and insurgency. The Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal held high-level talks with the European Union Trade and Economic Security Commissioner Maros Sefcovic in Brussels today. The Commerce Minister said that the discussions were held as part of ongoing efforts to finalize a mutually beneficial free trade agreement between India and the EU. The Minister said that they reaffirmed their commitment to a rules-based trading framework and a modern economic partnership that safeguards the interests of farmers and MSMEs. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, along with Uttar Pradesh's Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, inaugurated Ashok Leyland's electric vehicle plant in Lucknow on Friday. The factory dedicated to electric vehicle manufacturing is expected to act as a catalyst for investment and promotion of green transportation in the state. The Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Ashwini Vaishnav, along with the Minister of State, L. Murugan, on Friday, launched Creators Corner on DD News. And in fact, this is a special program dedicated to content creators. Inspired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision to encourage the content creators economy, the show provides a national platform for creators from diverse regions and topics. Addressing the event, the Union Minister said that I&B sector impacts the lives of every citizen in the country, making it essential to introduce reforms that restore the prominence of broadcasting. India's Chief of Naval Staff, Admiral Dinesh Tripathi, embarked on units of the Eastern Naval Command at sea on Thursday to review their operational readiness. The business news now, and according to the latest United Nations report, strong domestic demand and government investment will continue to support India's economic growth. The report also noted that India's economy is projected to grow by 6.6% in 2026 and 6.7% in 2027. The report estimates that China's economy will grow by 4.6% in 2026, while the United States is projected to register a much lower growth rate. According to the SBI report, India's economy is projected to grow at around 7.5% in fiscal 2026, slightly higher than the National Statistics Office's first advance estimate of 7.4% and the RBI projection of 7.3%. The Indian equity indices ended on a negative note on Friday. The Sensex dropped 605 points, settling at 83,576. The Nifty declined nearly 194 points to 25,683. The Indian rupee fell 26 paise to close at 90 rupees against the US dollar. Gold futures maturing on the 5th of February next year, they were priced at 1,38,186 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for March 5th next year maturity, they stood at 2,48,200 rupees per kg on the MCX. Oil prices rose on Friday on concerns about potential disruption on Iran's output and uncertainty about supply from Venezuela. Brent futures were up 0.95%. This is at $62.58 per barrel. Some international news now. The US President Donald Trump has cancelled a previously expected second wave of military attacks on Venezuela following cooperation from the South American country. Trump said that the US and Venezuela were working together well. And this, he said, he also added that at least $100 billion would be invested by big oil companies into Venezuela. Trump also added that Venezuela was releasing a large number of political prisoners as a sign of seeking peace. US President Donald Trump on Thursday said that it's up to the Chinese President Xi Jinping to decide what China does on Taiwan, but warns of any change in the status quo. Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, he insisted that the Islamic Republic would not back down in the face of protests. At least 6 flights between Dubai and the Iranian cities scheduled for Friday, where they were cancelled amid the rising protests in Iran. US President also threatened to take severe action against Iran if its authorities start killing people. The Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi met on Friday with his Lebanese counterpart in Beirut, as well as the Lebanese President Joseph Aoun. This happened in Babda. During this visit to Lebanon, Araghchi said that the purpose of the visit was to discuss Israel's challenges and threats to regional security, as well as to expand bilateral ties. The US Supreme Court is examining whether the Trump administration had the authority to impose tariffs under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. Continuing with international news, the US court will also examine whether the government must refund importers who have already paid their duties if the court finds the action unlawful. The Russian Foreign Ministry said that the United States has released 2 Russian crew members from a Russian-flagged oil tanker that Washington seized earlier this week. Russia has informed that its forces on Friday launched a massive overnight attack on Kiev, firing their Oreshnik hypersonic ballistic missile at a gas facility near Lviv. As per Ukraine officials, 4 people died in the capital, including a medic, with 24 injured as apartment blocks were damaged. The Ukrainian President Zelensky has demanded a strong international response, especially from the US, after Moscow rejected Western peacekeeping proposals. The European Union member states, they've approved the long-delayed Mercosur trade pact on Friday. The pact gives Brussels the green light to sign an accord championed by business groups but loathed by many European farmers. Spanish police, they have arrested 34 people in a nationwide operation against an international crime ring, which is known as Black Axe, on accusations of fraud, money laundering, and document forgery. According to officials, Mexico's daily murder rate fell nearly 40% since President Sheinbaum took office, with 2025's national homicide rate at its lowest level in a decade. Supporters of South Korea's former President Yoon Suk-yeol rallied outside Seoul court as the final arguments are heard in his insurrection trial, with prosecutors seeking a 10-year sentence. Bangladesh police arrested the prime suspect who allegedly led the mob attack on December 18 in the lynching of Hindu garment worker Dipu Chandra Das in Maisan Singh. We're heading for a short break here. Keep watching DD India.
The land of forests, nature's hidden jewel. Jharkhand is a traveler's paradise.
Welcome to Delhi.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Welcome back. I'm Mark Lynn. You're watching Express News. Let's resume now with the weather news. And firefighters are battling multiple bushfires across southeast Australia as a severe heat wave has pushed temperatures above 40 degrees centigrade. Bushfires are burning in northern Victoria and they've sent flames and smoke across tinder dry countryside as hot winds worsened conditions. Firefighter crews are working to extinguish active blazes and reinforce containment lines near Wagga Wagga in New South Wales as dangerous fire conditions persist. Flooding rivers in Albania and Montenegro forced further evacuations after days of heavy snow and torrential rain across the Balkans. Emergency crews are in action to rescue residents by boat after the Vojsa River burst its banks due to severe flooding in Albania. One person has been reported dead amid widespread damage and disruptions. Harsh winter weather has hit the Western Balkans with temperatures in Croatia dropping in fact to negative 17 degrees Celsius. Powerful waves caused by Storm Goreti have battered coastal areas in northwestern France. An orange alert has been issued warning of damaging winds and possible coastal flooding. Heavy snow has blanketed Birmingham as Storm Goreti swept across the United Kingdom with up to 30 centimeters snow forecast in some areas. Storm Goreti has caused roads to be closed in parts of Derbyshire as heavy snow and freezing temperatures have hit the area. Forecasters have warned of severe winds and further snowfall across the UK. Snow swept across western Ukraine as authorities warned of a powerful weather system bringing colder temperatures, potential power outages and travel disruptions. The Russian capital Moscow also grapples with record snowfall as the storm Francis there has hit the city, disrupting locals' day-to-day lives. The India Meteorological Department predicted rainfall accompanied by thunderstorms and lightning over southern Indian states of Tamil Nadu, Kerala on Friday and Saturday. The National Weather Forecaster predicted dense foggy conditions to prevail in the morning hours over Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan on Saturday. Similar foggy conditions are also likely during morning hours over northeast India till the 11th of January. The India Meteorological Department has said that no significant change in minimum temperature is likely over northeast India on the next 2 days. Humanoid robots showcased at the Consumer Electronics Show 2026 in Las Vegas. They are demonstrating skills from folding laundry to playing games. Tech industry leaders, however, they are saying that wider usefulness of such robots will depend on scaling learned tasks across machines. Digital beauty brand iPolish unveiled app-controlled color-changing press-on nails at CES, letting users switch between hundreds of shades in seconds without salon visits. AI-powered glasses for the blind, made by a Romanian engineering company, are earning innovation honors at CES for a device designed to guide users like a wearable guide dog. AI-powered wearables, including smart jewelry at air purifying, in fact, also air purifying headphones. They are taking center stage at the CES as companies tout new human AI interfaces. Attendees at the CIS convention, they are raising privacy concerns, however, as tech companies have endorsed human AI interfaces as cutting-edge hardware. A tiny muntjac deer boldly confronts a 1.7-ton rhinoceros at the Wrocław Zoo in Poland, leaving visitors amazed at the pint-sized animal's fearless antics. The first day of the three-day annual Vodun Days celebrations honoring Benin's spiritual and cultural heritage is being held in the second Kapase forest in Ouidah city. Tens of thousands of Filipino Catholics, they participated in Manila's annual procession, pulling a historic statue of Jesus Christ through the streets in a display of devotion. Britain's Prince William and Princess Kate visited a London hospital to thank medical staff and volunteers facing rising patient demand during the winter season. Priyanka Chopra Jonas will be among the presenters at the Golden Globe Awards 2026 on January 11 in Los Angeles, with many top stars attending. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences announced that 4 Indian films, including Kantara Chapter 1 and Tanvi the Great, they're going to be eligible for the Best Picture at the Oscars 2026. Kantara and Tanvi the Great will in fact be appearing on the reminder list ahead of the nominations on January 22. The list includes 201 films that have met eligibility criteria for the general category. The Indian actor Imran Hashmi and the team, they are working on Avarapan 2. This is to honor the cult following the 2007 original, and the release is set for April 3rd this year. The Indian movie Akhanda 2, it ended its global run with just 112 crore rupees. The Telugu action sequel underperforming in domestic and overseas markets. The Malayalam film Sarvan Maya earned 22.9 crore rupees in its second week. The fantasy horror comedy is a major hit, where the global collection grossing, it's crossed 115 crore rupees already. The Indian actor Agastya Nanda Ikis has collected 25.6 crore rupees domestically in its first 8 days. The Sri Ram Raghavan directed war drama, what it does is it continues to struggle at the box office, however. The critics have praised its emotional depth, calling it a powerful tribute to unsung heroes. The Scottish actor and TV host Alan Cumming received his star at the Hollywood Walk of Fame on January 8. Known for X2, Golden Eye and The Traitors, he dedicated the honor to theatre and also LGBTQ+ advocacy. Season 2 of the crime thriller Cross, starring Aldous Hodge, will release on February 11. The new season follows Alex Cross as he investigates a billionaire's death threat. Avatar, Fire and Ash collected 21.55 crore rupees in its third week, taking its India total to 210 crore rupees. The James Cameron film is now in the final phase of its theatrical run. Globally, the sci-fi spectacle has grossed 1 billion mark. Sports news now, and India's two-time Olympic medalist PV Sindhu, she progressed to the semi-final of the Malaysia Open after her opponent Akane Yamaguchi of Japan retired because of an injury. Following the World Cup victory, the Indian cricket team, it aims to discover new stars as its much-awaited Women's Premier League begins on Friday. The league will kick off with the opening clash between the defending champions Mumbai Indians and the Royal Challengers Bengaluru in Navi Mumbai. In a massive blow to the Indian cricket team, Tilak Verma has been ruled out from the first 3 T20 internationals of the upcoming 5-match series against New Zealand. The Australia opener Travis Head will skip the Big Bash League for a 3rd straight season to rest and prepare for next month's T20 World Cup in India and Sri Lanka. India's table tennis star Manav Thakkar secured a stunning win over the world number 17 Simone Gauzy of France at the 2026 World Table Tennis Championships in Doha. SG Pipers and Srachi Bengal Tigers will lock horns in the Women's Hockey India League final in Ranchi on Saturday after 2 weeks of high-octane action featuring 12 matches. Former champion Stan Wawrinka is handed a wild card for the Australian Open in his final season. The world number 2 Iga Swiatek thrashed Australian Maya Joint in Sydney to give Poland a lead in the United Cup quarter-final. Former Wimbledon champion Elena Rybakina agreed with Arina Sabalenka's description of the tennis schedule as insane, but does not see it changing. In football, Paris Saint-Germain beat Marseille on penalties to win the French Champions Trophy in Kuwait. Arsenal missed the chance to go 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League after a 0-0 draw with champions Liverpool. Real Madrid booked a Spanish Super Cup final against Barcelona after beating the city rivals Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid coach Xabi Alonso said that the superstar French striker Kylian Mbappe is fit to play in the Spanish Super Cup final after a knee sprain. Manchester City added to their attacking arsenal and they beat Liverpool, Manchester United and Tottenham to sign Antoine Semenyo from Bournemouth. Well, that's all we have in Express News. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.